Here are the exercises for Chapter 5. Firstly, we'll write a simple script that asks the user for their age, and then we'll compare that age to a variable called retirement age, which should already be set somewhere in the shell script. Now, if the age that they entered is greater, then print out a message simply telling them that they should be retired or something. Otherwise, tell them that they are still quite young. Of course, we have to correctly handle the case where the user simply presses enter and doesn't type in any age at all. Secondly, write another script that reads the name of a directory from the keyboard and then checks to see if the name that they entered is indeed a directory. Also, apart from just being a directory, it has to be writable. See if you can do this test on just one line. If it is writable and it is a directory, then the script should actually create a file in that directory called hello. It doesn't really matter what you put in the file, just so long as there is a file there called hello. And of course, again, we should make sure that we handle the case where the user simply presses enter without entering a directory name. And of course, we're going to modify the course project. I bet you can guess what we're going to put in here. Yep, we're going to present the user with a menu of choices. That was the actual original goal of doing this chapter. And we want the choices to be as follows. 4 choices: create a record, view records, search for records, and delete records that match a given pattern. Currently, of course, you'll only be able to implement the first 2 choices. That's okay, we'll just leave the other 2 blank for the moment. We'll fill them in later on in the course. Now, we're going to use a case statement to do this, to determine actually what choice they made. And I'd like that to be numeric. So if they enter the number 1 on the keyboard, then you will go and do the create record code. If they enter a number 2, then you'll do view records and so on. And of course, you have to make sure that you handle the case where they don't enter anything at all or some other value that's not a number. You have to handle that correctly. As I said, with choices 3 and 4, you don't have to implement those at the moment. It might be nice if you simply output a message saying that those options are not yet implemented or something like that. And also, of course, remember now that it is actually possible to view the file before anything has been written to it. In other words, what might happen might be the user might start the program, and before they bother to create a record, the very first time they run the program, they might decide to view the records, and there obviously wouldn't be any records at that point, so you have to be able to handle that without displaying any error messages on the screen. I'll leave you to decide how you might do that. Anyway, good luck, and of course, as usual, I will be providing written solutions to all of those exercises and to the course project.